Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to acquire your first 100 backlinks. Now this video will apply more so to newer websites and also a little bit to older websites as well. I'm going to go over the entire process of grouping your backlinks. So for example, knowing which type of links you need to get to be a foundational link, doing the actual outreach process, and also identifying which type of links your website needs. Because one thing to bear in mind is that not every single backlink that you can acquire for your website actually has a positive effect. Some backlinks actually have a negative effect, and they can actually impact your website's rankings as well. So that's what we're going to cover in this video. Very quickly, if you guys want to attend a in-person conference, I am hosting one on the 27th and the 28th of June 2025. It is in Manchester, so if you want to fly in, you can do, or if you are just UK based, you can actually travel there. But we've got some brilliant speakers. We've got the likes of Craig Campbell, James Dooley, Carrie Rose from Rise at 7, and Jason Hennessy and stuff. So if you guys want to know a little bit more, check out the link and grab your tickets. But let's actually get into this. So the first process that we want to actually do is we want to make certain who our competitors are, right? This is one of the most important things when it comes to backlink analysis. This is where a lot of people actually fall short on. Identifying your competitors, it's literally when you're looking at which type of links to acquire for your websites, it's data in, data out. So if you're looking at the wrong data sets, you can go and build the most incorrect or the worst type of links. And even in some cases, you can go and build some really expensive links and it might not push the needle for your website. So this is really important. Let's actually search for a keyword. We'll go after something that's like pretty competitive, something along the lines of personal injury lawyers, and we'll do a random town in America. Let's just go to Google Maps. I am actually not that clued up when it comes to towns in America. We'll go with Dallas, right? Relatively large town. So as you can see here, right, one thing to bear in mind when you are doing competitor analysis is that you've obviously got like the Justias of the world, and these are like directories. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't get yourself listed on these directories, but in a lot of cases, directories have a lot of links going through to them. Some links that you can't actually acquire for your website, no matter how hard you try. So in some cases, when we are looking at doing competitor analysis for these actual links, it's actually important to make certain that you're creating a list and you are ignoring the actual like directories of the world, right? So for example, justia.com, if we were to actually look at this website on Ahrefs, I believe it's like a DR80 website, DR90 website. It's got a lot of backlinks. So for you to compare your website to Justia, it's just not fair. It's always just going to say you're going to need 6 million backlinks, right? So just bear that in mind when you are looking at competitor analysis. But let's take a look at like 1,800 Lion Law, right? So this is an actual law firm. This is, if say, for example, I had Casra Personal Injury Lawyers, right? This is something that I would be actually looking at and thinking, okay, what backlinks do these guys have that I don't have? This would be a website that I would be looking at. Mullenandmullen.com would be another website. This is an actual law firm, right? Attorneys.superlawyers wouldn't be one because I believe this is also another, yeah. So if we were to actually take a look at this on Ahrefs, right, this is another directory. And again, when you're looking at directories, it's literally just not fair to compare yourself to these guys. Unless, by the way, unless you actually have got a directory. That's the one caveat to all of this. So as you can see here, again, these guys have 40,000 backlinks. If you're just starting out, even if you were to get £1, or if it was £1 per backlink, which it's not, you would still need to spend £30,000 or $30,000 on links. So just ignore the actual directories, right? What we want to then do is go to competitive analysis on Ahrefs, and this is actually going to give us a section to plug in our own website. So I've just put in like a dummy domain, kasrapersonallawyers.com. And then what we're going to do is we're going to actually grab our competitors, the competitors that aren't actually directories. That's super important. Then we've got this one. And we will include a third one as well here. And we'll click on referring domains. So make certain that you're looking at referring domains and not keywords, unless you want to take a look at the articles that your competitors have that you don't have. That's when you put in keywords. But let's take a look at the link opportunities, right? So for example, from the word go, we've got 1,478. Now, does that mean that we need 1,478 links? Definitely not. When it comes to link building, the number one rule, prior to even doing any link building, by the way, is making certain that your content is up to par, making certain that your internal linking is really good, making certain that your technical SEO is really good, right? A lot of people think, okay, if I go and get these 1,478 backlinks, I'm going to rank. Now, you could have like really bad technical, or you could have really bad on-page SEO. Even if you were to go and get 6,000 backlinks, you're never going to rank. So just bear that in mind. Like, it's really, really important prior to you even doing anything else in this video that you've got really good content, that you have got really good technical SEO, your internal linking is really good, your on-page SEO is really good, your topical authority on your website is also spot on. Because otherwise, you're gonna need to end up spending more money on the amount of links that you actually need for your website. Like, for example, even though that this is saying 1,478 links, right? If we were to go and build with our technical SEO knowledge and with our actual SEO knowledge that I've been demonstrating on these YouTube videos, right? If we were to go and build out a website, we might be able to get similar rankings with like 450, 500 backlinks. So now that you guys know that, right, we want to set up a few different filters, because this isn't just enough, right? We want to make certain that, first of all, we're looking at, if we're going after like foundational links, we want to go after like no follow, right? For no follow links, first of all. So they've got 407 domains that are all no follow backlinks, and typically speaking, I'm not saying all the time, but typically speaking, the no follow links are more so like this directories, the foundational links. These are the type of links that you want to go and acquire first, because as soon as you start to acquire some of these foundational links, like justia.com, for example, that's going to be showing Google that you are actually part of the lawyers in Dallas corpus. So for example, if you are just completely brand new, Google doesn't know who you are, Google doesn't know who to compare you to. But as soon as Google sees that, okay, Kasra personal injury lawyers, they are being shown on the same page as Jimmy Doan and Nolan Ryan and Regis Mullen and all of these other law firms in Dallas, that's when Google decides, okay, this is a personal injury law firm. We know what these guys do now. We know what Kasra personal injury law does. You need to continuously keep feeding Google the correct LSIs, the correct competitors, and that's when Google will say, okay, I know what these guys do. So if we take a look at some of these, like Chamber of Commerce, yeah, this is, again, another directory. Another thing to bear in mind as well, the no-follow links, a lot of the time, they are, typically speaking, free to acquire. Like, for example, Yellow Pages. I know that Yell in the UK is free. I'm not certain about Yellow Pages. We can take a look now. Get started today. Is it free in America? It might not be. I could be wrong in saying that. But in the UK, for example, if any of you guys are watching this in the UK, you can get a completely free listing on Yell in the UK. So just bear that in mind when you are going through some of these. Now, the process here is literally just going through all of these and getting all of the directories, some of which will be aggregator links. Let's see if I can actually find some aggregator links. Like this, for example, is an aggregator link. Aggregator links you want to ignore. They're not going to actually do anything. They might even actually cause more harm. Like looking at some of the links in this list, like for example, cambabe.ru. I'm not going to click on that because I think that would probably get my channel banned. But as you can see, that there is a lot of different like spammy links like pervertcoach.com, right? You don't see that type of link every single day. But just do the eyeball test, as I like to call it. Like, for example, attorneyhelp.org is probably a relatively decent website to get a link on. Obviously, there's other metrics as well that you want to take a look at. You want to be looking at traffic, and so on and so forth. So, Fipal.com, again, this is another directory. A little bit of a tip for this as well. You can actually search your niche space directory and it will come back with a load of directories. Like for example, if we were a dentist, for example, dentist directory, as you can see here, we have got a load of directories that we can get listed on. Now, if they're free or not, that completely depends on the website. Some websites, they do give you a free listing. Let's see what these guys do. Add a listing. Yeah, so you've got a free listing. They've also got a paid listing as well. One thing to bear in mind as well, as an absolute minimum, you should probably get about 50 of these. We actually recommend probably a lot more. But if you want to outsource this process, head over to Searcheroo, go to services and click onto link building and local citations. It is $1 per citations. I know it says 30, but you end up getting 30 citations. So if you want to fast track that, if you don't want to be slaving away doing all of your directories yourself, you can go over to Searcheroo, or you can do it yourself. So that's number one. That's all of the foundational style links. You can also do a few other things as well. Like you can put in certain DR ranges. Like you can say, I only want to look at directories from a DR range of 40 and above. And that's all obviously going to lower the amount of actual links. So as you can see here, we've got like goodfirms.co, so on and so forth. So that is the first set of foundational links, right? Now, what we want to do is we want to flip this over and go to do follow, and this is when we start doing some outreach. Some people call it guest posting, some people call it outreach. Others also call it like niche edits as well. But we want to look at the do follow links of these websites. So this is basically links from other websites that actually pass power through to our website. Now, let's actually take a look at some of these, because there's going to be a lot that we can actually get listed on. Let's see. So this is also one thing to bear in mind as well, is sometimes you do get citations that are also do follow. Like for example, this is a directory that also has a do follow link as well. So just bear that in mind when you are going through some of these websites. You will see some directories that are also do follow links as well. You should also get those types of links. But let's take a look at some of these websites. The sapphiremansion.com. This looks like a PBN. So this is what I mean. Like when we're looking at these, when it's saying 1,104 links, it's probably, you probably only need to like worry about maybe half of that, or maybe even quarter of the actual backlink profile. So we're going to do a DR range of 30, and we're going to do from 30 to, let's say, 60 DR. So let's see what type of websites we can actually get a link from. So brokeandchick.com. Now, I'm not saying that this is a relatively good website. I'm not saying it's a bad website, but it's a website that all three of our competitors actually have a link from. These guys actually have 2 links from them, right? And it's also pointing through to car accidents in Texas page as well, right? So what we would probably want to do is car accident lawyers, Dallas car accident lawyers, right? Let's just take a look here. This is one of our competitors. It's ranking. This is another one of our competitors. It's ranking. So, I mean, it seems like it's doing a relatively good job, this website, even though it's not completely about law. Let's see. Beauty beyond scars, embracing your unique journey after a car accident. Okay, so I can see what they've done. Like, this is more of about like a beauty blog, but they've kind of made it relevant to personal injury. So I can understand the relevance, right? Let's say we wanted to actually do outreach through to this website. We would copy all of the relevant links. So what I would be doing here, right, is doing like the eyeball test, making certain that it obviously makes sense for us to get a link from any of these websites. If our competitors have a link, it's a good indicator, but also make certain that you're looking at the DR, you're looking at the traffic, you're looking at the website, what it's ranking for. If it's passing all of those tests, that's when I would start doing this next phase, right? So let's say, for example, we've got like 4 or 5 links that we want to do outreach through to. The next step is actually emailing this website. So what I like to do is use a tool called hunter.io. So this is what hunter.io looks like. I believe you also can get free 50 submissions. So you can actually check 50 different websites for their email addresses, right? So if we go to company name here, we can actually paste in the website that we want to actually reach out to. And here it is here. And if we click on the website, as you can see, it's got 1 email address. And if we click on to find email addresses, it's going to actually unblur it. So it's going to say, hey@brokenchick.com. We can then actually reach out to these guys and get a link placed on that website. In some cases, you can also find the email if you just go to the contact section. I'm certain that it will probably be on here. It's actually not. Due to the current workload, we have removed our contact information until September 2023. In the meantime, best way to reach out to us will be through Instagram, which they've not even got their Instagram. Oh, no, they do. Okay. So you can actually reach out to some profiles via Instagram. In some cases, you probably don't want to do that. You probably just want to email them because it's just an easier back and forth. Because everyone's just got an email. So that's what I would be doing in this case. And the next step would literally just be to email them saying like, hey, you have linked out to our competitors. Can we also get a link? Something along those lines. Keep it short. It doesn't need to be super long email. I will actually show you guys an example of an email that I actually send out that gets really good open rates. So this is the actual email that we are actually going to be sending out. So this is the subject line: collaboration opportunity with Casual Law. Hi, recipient. You can even just delete that. So it's just like, hey, there. Hey. I hope this email finds you well. I came across Broke and Chick and was impressed by the unique content and value it provides. At Casual Law, we're passionate about empowering individuals with accessible legal advice, particularly on topics, insert relevant topics here. Right, we'd love to explore a collaboration that benefits both our readers and expertise, whether it's a guest post, resource link, or another idea. I'm confident that we can create something valuable together. Let me know if this sounds interesting. I'd be happy to discuss further. Best regards, your name, your position, contact information, and also your website. And you can just swap this out for as many different websites that you're reaching out to as well. The only spots that you would actually need to swap out would literally just be here. So you would just need to swap it out for the website that you're reaching out to. So if you're reaching out to 123hello.com, you would just swap the broken checkout to 123hello.com. And you can then just start sending out the emails that way. And that, I believe, is literally it. So you would obviously want to create like a list of, let's say, 40 or 50 backlinks that you want to reach out to. Obviously, try these filters out. You can obviously play around with the filters. You can go a little bit lower, you can go a little bit higher, but typically when we're doing outreach like this, we want to make certain that, first of all, the link that we're actually acquiring is do follow. Second of all, the DR range is actually there. You can even put in like more filters like traffic. So for example, anything above 1,000 traffic, for example. And we've even lowered the actual list that way as well. So we're looking at links that are only pointing through to one or maybe even two of our competitors. So we've got, like, for example, legalserviceslink.com. And again, we would literally just copy this domain name. We would head over to hunter.io and we would just grab their email. Now, this website actually doesn't have an email. Let me see how it's not got an email because it looks like it's a directory. That's probably why. But if it doesn't have an email, try and find the contact form. And again, same goes with what I was showing you before. You can literally just use the exact same email template that I've just shown you here. You can just paste it in and you should be ready to go. Let's see if we can very, very quickly find one last website using hunter.io, thenewsgod.com. So we've got thenewsgod.com. All you literally do is you just click find email, and then you've got admin@thenewsgod.com, and then you can just send out an email through to them. So that's been the entire process from start to finish on how to build your first 100 backlinks for your website. Now, obviously, in certain industries, you might need more foundational links or you might need more actual guest posts. So just bear that in mind. That's it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. And if you guys obviously do want to attend the conference, head over to the masterminders.com. Thanks for watching.